Welcome back. Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month concludes tomorrow.
And this month, we've profiled some local Asian Americans and their contributions to their communities.
Lou Moore is 98 years old and just published his first book. He's a third-generation Chinese American, a World War II veteran who has faced a lot of challenges in his long life.
And while there are still countless stories he can tell, our Claudine Wong tells us there's only one thing Lou really wants to talk about.
Lou Moore will tell you he always imagined that after finishing his book, he would sit with his wife Nellie and read about their love story together.
But it wasn't meant to be. Nellie passed away before I could finish.
And so, surrounded by pictures of the woman he has loved for 3/4 of a century, he finished their story in his book, Eternal Love.
Because Nellie was my life. And we were both approaching 98 years old. And I thought I should write about Nellie. The world, I felt, should know about Nellie.
His book winds through their lives and through history. Born in San Francisco, raised in Brooklyn, Lou served in World War II. Nellie and her family survived life in a Japanese internment camp.
And the fact that she was of Japanese descent, second generation, and I was a Chinese third generation. And shortly after the war, it was amazing that we saw each other and fell in love without too many words spoken, without the typical courtship.
Lou remembers the first time he saw Nellie. It was 1946, and she was performing in a chorus line.
And I couldn't take my eyes off her. For what reason, I don't know. And I did not see her again until June 1, 1946, when she was having a cup of coffee at Hanson's drugstore luncheonette.
He asked her if he could sit down. She said yes. The next day, he says he kissed her. 10 days later, they married.
And when I asked her to marry me, she says, I want to be your wife. We cherished each other. And we devoted each other to a depth that I don't think any couple has ever experienced in our lifetime. We were married for 74 years.
In his book, Eternal Love, Lou talks about their friendship with actor Ernest Borgnine, their careers and struggles, but everything comes back to Nellie and their love. She died October 18, 2020, and it brought tears to both of our eyes as he remembered that last day.
And I rushed to her bed, and I touched her arm, and it still felt soft and tender. And when I bent over to kiss her, I was shocked. I saw tears in her eyes, and I screamed, she's not dead, she's not dead, she's not dead. She's alive, she's crying. But the nurse that was with me said, Mr. Moore, those are not her tears. Those are your tears. Your tears have touched her face.
His book is a tribute, and in its pages, he is with his Nellie again.
And I always believed, as you have noted, that one day I would reach up into the heavens and we would be together again, to hug and to hold and to continue the second phase of eternal love.
Lou will tell you their love story is just beginning.
My goodness, what a beautiful love story.
Oh my gosh, I guess
I'm trying to
we're sitting here just
back
going
the tears there, but
collect our thoughts.
Just beautiful there. But Moore tells Claudine that he's been thrilled by the response he's received about his book and by the group of people who came together to help him get it published.
So sad she didn't get to read it or see it, but she was part of it, that's for sure. And June 1st, by the way, this Tuesday marks 75 years since they sat down for that first cup of coffee. And as he said, 10 days later, proposed to her. 74 years of marriage.
That's incredible.
Wow. Quite a love story.